Welcome back, everyone. Happy Friday to you. It's been a couple of days since we've had a video, but there hasn't been much to report. We did get in a couple of returns during the week, but I just kind of let them accumulate a little bit. We did get back on Wednesday a return from Phoenix, and then Thursday, just getting in late, we did get another return out of Phoenix as well. And rather than posting a late video on Thursday, I just decided to see what, if anything, was going to be coming in on Friday, and then just go from there, and did not disappoint, because we got two more returns that came in, one out of Pittsburgh and one out of Boston. So we've got a total of 4 returns that we can work with for today. So, what we're going to do, we're going to run these in order. We're going to start with the 2 Phoenix returns from midweek, and then we're going to go from there and look at today's Pittsburgh and Boston returns. So, let's get started. All right, so beginning here with Phoenix. There's a couple of different things that this could be. Just kind of looking at it. Could be some baseball, could be some football. All right. So we're starting out with some baseball love. Mike Kincaid. Mike Kincaid was a one-time New York Mets prospect. And took care of signing a nice 3 of 3 for me. I was able to dig up 2 of his old Mets cards. And then an old Tidewater Tides team set card. So 3 of 3 signed in nice blue Sharpie. And those were out for... Gosh, this was probably a good 2 months or so. They've been out for a while. But nice return there. Good way to start the day. And another Met that I had not gotten previously. So a good start there. All right. Moving on. Our next Phoenix return from midweek. And let's see what we're getting here. All right. Another cool one. So this kind of goes back to the days when I was watching the NBA regularly. Thunder Dan Marley from the Phoenix Suns. I had written to Dan, gosh, years ago. He used to have a bar/restaurant. I don't know if he still does or not, but I had written care of there and had gotten a nice return back. But I had found some cool cards, some different ones that I wanted to look at getting signed. I actually had 2 different all-star cards there. Just realized now that they're actually from the same weekend from the game that was in Utah there. But there's an Upper Deck card and a Fleer insert card. Had the opportunity to get the Olympic card signed, so I had to go for that. And then... much like with some of the football where I've been working on getting the Domino's cards signed, this was actually a card from the McDonald's set. I've actually got a couple of these cards in the set signed overall. I don't know. I may start to work on some of these. They're just nice, basic, clean cards. And that's what I'm finding is some of these sets that were issued back in the 90s, theme sets that were very ordinary and plain looking back then now are kind of desirable from an autograph standpoint, just with the white borders on them, like a lot of these Fleer cards and Hoops cards. Had that, even some of the early Upper Deck before they went to the full photo card for it. So some of these white borders frame up very nicely for autographs, and they've been kind of nice getting signed, like the first year Hoops cards. Another one that's like that. But yeah, so I got to go through and see exactly what I've got out of this set as far as singles go, and maybe try and pop out a couple here and there. See if we can get some other stuff signed. All right, so let's move on to the ones we got from today. So let's first go to Pittsburgh. And the interesting thing is this envelope was split open here, but as you can see, there are cards inside, and the split there was not big enough to actually damage the cards inside or to cause anything to fall out. So hopefully everything made it back safely, and it did. So what we did is I went ahead and sent out I had some additional cards I wanted to look at getting signed, so I went ahead and sent out to Ike Hilliard again. If you guys remember last month, I had sent out to him and gotten 4 cards back. So I wanted to go ahead and just send out again while I knew he was signing, because I am a Giants fan. And he did not disappoint. Signed another 4 of 4 for me. And what's really neat is if you take a look at this here, like with this this Giants card here, signed it Go Big Blue on the bottom there as an inscription. And then here, this was a Florida Gators card, and you can't really see it, but he did inscribe it, Go Gators 96 National Champs. So really cool inscription to have added onto that. I'm seeing if I can kind of get that in there. That's kind of probably about the best that we can see with it. So really cool with that. And then the other 2 he just signed basically. So again, really, really cool getting those signed. Normally I don't double dip on guys quickly like that, but you never know from one year to the next who may or may not be around. And I had never gotten Ike Hilliard before, and I found a couple of really cool cards, so I kind of made an exception to my own rule with that. But having said that, Ike Hilliard will not be getting another autograph request back from me the rest of the year, the rest of the season. Maybe next year if he's still around, maybe I might send something out, but we'll see. Our last return for the day, coming out of Boston, Massachusetts. Very thin envelope in terms of what's in it. It took me a little bit to kind of go through my list of outgoing requests to figure out what this was. And I did finally figure out what it is. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed here. This is one I kind of had to... I'm not going to say I had to dig deep with it, but I couldn't go kind of the normal route of just getting regular cards signed here. But it is somebody that I wanted to make sure that I did get in the collection. And, okay, I did get back Harry Sinden. So Harry Sinden, longtime executive for the Boston Bruins, did sign for me. I actually had put in 2 cards. I put in the custom card, and then I also had put in just one of the Pro Set Boston Bruins logo cards from Series 2. I'd put that in there as well, but he did not return that. But I still got the one back that I wanted, which was the Hall of Fame card. And it's funny because I put on the back of this, I put his name. And if you guys remember from a video from last month, I did this with Dave Keon, and I wrote his name and left the rest of it blank, and he signed it on the back right here, and then left the front of the card blank. So I put a sticky on here that actually said, please sign the front of the card. If you can, please add your Hall of Fame year. So I know that he read that because the sticky came off, and signed it nicely in a black marker. A little bit of dyeing on it, but I'm definitely not going to complain, and added the Hall of Fame year. So a very nice return, Hall of Fame autograph that I did not have previously, so very happy to add this in. Sinden does have a couple of cards. He's got... for the 72 Summit series, they had done a set of cards. I think it was through Impel or one of those companies. But it was like a 200 card set, I think. And he does have like a coaching card in there. I'm going to see if ultimately I can get my hands on that. And then he also has a an old Topps card. It's the one, and I don't remember the year exactly, but it's from the 60s. It's the one that's the horizontal card, the wood grain border, and it kind of looks like a TV screen to it. So he does have a card in that year. So if I can find a copy, maybe a lower grade copy, but something that aesthetically looks clean, but maybe some dinged up corners and stuff that I can get cheap, I'll send that out. And certainly if I can get the 72 Summit Series card, I will send that out. So, but that's not going to be something that's easy for me to find, not at least without going to eBay. I like to try and get my cards in person whenever I can, just from the standpoint of, especially with stuff that I'm buying in lesser grades, I want to see it, just because condition is always subjective to the person selling, and wanted to make sure that it's what I want it to be. So, let's recap for our day. 4 of 4 with our returns. We got 4 of 4 back from Ike Hilliard. We got a nice 4 of 4 return back from Dan Marley. We got a nice 3 of 3 return back from Mike Kincaid. And then we got a 1 of 2 return from Harry Sinden. So, great stuff here. We got an Olympian, well-known basketball player from the 90s, Mike Kincaid, adding to the Mets collection and adding in a minor league card. Adding into the Giants collection with a really, really cool inscription on the top card there, and adding to my Hockey Hall of Fame collection with a new one that I didn't have previously. So, a great day. So, coming off of Monday's great returns, we've got a nice little batch here with 4 more that came in. Fingers crossed, maybe Saturday, tomorrow, we'll bring in some new stuff. I did see that there are some guys that have been returning. People have been posting recently that I also have some stuff out too. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I'll be getting some stuff in here, hopefully tomorrow, or if not, the first part of next week. Imagine that, on a Monday, getting a bunch of returns. So I did make sure the last couple of days to send out a new batch of stuff, mainly baseball. Some guys I know that are signing, guys that I kind of grew up watching and collecting back in the late 80s, early 90s. Not anyone that's really big names out there, but just some guys that I enjoyed watching. And I think this weekend is going to be a hockey weekend. I started to put together some cards to send out. Based off of some sets that I've been working on, some theme sets, some Maple Leafs, Edmonton Oilers, things of that sort, and certainly some of the Fleer sets that you guys have seen that I've worked on. So it'll be a busy weekend for me for sure. And then I think this will be the last weekend that I'm going to be sending out big batches. And I only say that because we're actually going to be moving. Staying in the same town and keeping the old place, but moving to a new place. So with the mail forwarding and stuff, I really haven't encountered that in a long time when it comes to autographs. So I just don't want to leave too much stuff up to chance as far as potentially losing returns in the mail. So I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is just start doing my returns to the new address and kind of just hold on to some letters until we get closer to the actual move, so that we know where everything is. Anyway, that's my thing. That's not you guys. That's mine to worry about. But the idea is to hopefully just keep a nice flow of things going. We may have a little bit of a drop off late December, early January with some returns. But hey, you know what? It's all good. So for the day, a nice 4-4 return, as I said. The week is still shaping up to be very good with Monday's great returns. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Maybe we'll get another video in for tomorrow, Saturday. We shall see. But until the next time we speak and share with you guys some more TTM returns, I hope everyone out there is staying safe. Especially during the holiday season. Make sure you're having fun. Enjoy the things that you do. And if TTMs are your thing and you're sending stuff out, I hope your mailboxes are staying full of ink. So until next time, everyone, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching. See ya.